Hey, how's it going guys? In today's video, we are going to go over some really cool echoes with healing and stamina buffs, unique events with accessory and echo drops in the repository, Shrouded Woods, and Hollow's Heart, as well as a quick look at consumables including a possible self-revive potion and more. It's a bit of a longer one, but I hope this video is helpful as we move closer to some new Wayfinder content dropping in the upcoming weeks. If you'd like to keep up to date with all things Wayfinder, make sure to subscribe and let's get started. The Hollow's Heart is currently one of the last zones available to us until the next set of content is opened up, and it's the only lost zone allowing us to acquire Exalted Spectra when using an imbuement. Hollow's Heart is also home to a few different events and many powerful echoes that you might already be hunting. We're going to take a look at a few of those echoes, but first, you should know about an event that can spawn that when completed can reward you with a Witch Charmed Effigy, and this will be used for crafting some of the new weapons being released soon. This is the Ley Lines event, and you'll need to find a set of 3 pillars to activate. They are often scattered about the zone itself, with each activated pillar pointing towards another, and once you have found and activated all 3, head towards the direction the last pillar you activated is pointing. As you travel that direction, you may notice a beam in the sky, which marks the location to the final part of this event. Once you get there, you will need to step close and defeat the enemies that appear along with the main mob called the Root. Once you defeat and successfully complete this event, you should receive a Witch Charmed Effigy. As far as I know, this is the only way to get this item at the moment. The event is a random spawn and can be done off of one imbuement, Sphere 4. Let us know in the comments if you were able to find this event without any imbuments or any of the spheres below Sphere 4. Another event in Hollow's Heart that you might have come across is the Pit Arena with waves of enemies. You begin by clearing the initial mobs, light the torch, and then ultimately defeat a large enemy called King Hollow. This is a good source of a few different echoes, but King Hollow himself can drop the Hollow Queen Echo, which comes with a good bit of ability power. You may also encounter an event with a big chest on a hill above a small village. A stone will have 4 red sigils, 1 on each side, and you need to match the correct symbols to various torches that you can light up. I received a red gloomstone when clearing all the chains, but I do wonder if there are any other possible rewards. Overall, while farming Hollow's Heart, you'll notice a few different enemy types during your runs, and here are just a few more echoes that you may find here. They are pretty good echoes across the board, but also very expensive. Hollow 1 enemies are smaller and will drop the Hollow 1 Echo, which also comes with a great deal of ability power. You may also find the Hollow Horror Echo with a good deal of weapon power. On a quick side note, if you are looking for the accessory called Bottle of Shadows, this did drop while doing a double shadow mutator on Sphere 4. We also found a few different essences dropping from Sphere 4 Max Arclight with the 3rd chest containing an essence or recipe. It may be possible to receive these essences and recipes from spheres other than Sphere 4, but I'm not sure as we were on Sphere 4 during the drops. Let's move to the Shrouded Woods where you can get the Deposed King Echo, which triggers a 15% heal over 6 seconds when killing an enemy. It's hard to say how beneficial this echo will be with its current power costs, cooldown, and proc chance, but it might help with handling the massive poison dots from the enemies in Hollow's Heart, and this might fit a specific build you want to try, so give it a go. You can get this echo by entering the Shrouded Woods, and you may need to skip ahead to find a small tree-like pedestal offering you a crown. Once you take the crown, you will have an optional quest that tracks how many enemies you kill wearing the crown. At this point, you can finish the Lost Zone as normal, and before officially ending the dungeon in the last enclosed phase, go back and find a giant tree with a greenish glow. When you return the crown, you can get the Deposed King Echo as a reward. We did this twice with enemy kill counts of 75 and above, with both times rewarding the Echo. Let us know in the comments if you were able to get this Echo with much less enemies killed, or if you received a different item with a much higher count. Next, we're going to take a look at the repository, as this Lost Zone has a few different events that can spawn within and ways to target some unique echoes and accessories. First, you'll need to know how tracers work, as you will need encoded tracers for an event to receive data fragments. Then, you will need specific data fragments to summon a particular enemy during a different event. You can find encoded tracers from mobs or the big gold orb events. Doing these will allow you to gain additional tracers that you will need. Occasionally, you may find a room with 3 gold orbs around the room where you can place encoders. Once you do this, you need to defeat the enemies that spawn, and you will be rewarded with various data fragments, the Cryptographer Echo. Occasionally, there will already be an enemy spawned called the Third Keeper, which once defeated will also reward you with data fragments. Ultimately, you are looking to find an event room where you can turn 4 statues towards the center. As you turn each statue, they will connect a glowing yellow beam. We typically linked all the statues and then selected a certain fragment type. Depending on which fragment you upload, you will get a special mini-boss of sorts to spawn. The sequence begins with smaller enemies, and once cleared, you will move through a couple of waves of enemies, including the selected mini-boss. There is a chance to spawn rare enemies such as the Arclight Guardian, which drops the Arclight Guardian Echo. This Echo comes with ability power and crit power. We're not entirely sure how the imbuements affect the chance at spawning this enemy or others, but I've seen mixed reports of players using 1 imbuements versus double. Selecting the Goblin Fragment spawns Balehorn, which does a wide radius of AoE damage, followed by launching fireballs in various directions. Defeating this enemy can reward you with the Balehorn Echo, featuring ability power and crit rating. Picking the Brood spawn will have you face off against Silkseer Ishara, which is a spider-type boss. Defeating Ishara can reward you with the Silkseer Ishara Echo, featuring resilience and crit power. The other data fragment mini-bosses may also drop specific echoes, but I personally haven't found them yet. However, defeating the mini-bosses have dropped an accessory called Orb of Solar. You are also able to receive the Burned Out Tracer accessory, which comes with a large amount of ability power for your AP builds. I received this accessory in runs with both a single and double imbuement and found the drop rate to be fairly high. Definitely curious to find out what other echoes may drop from the other data fragments, as well as any other potential enemy rare spawns that might show up. You will also find an event in a room with 2 sets of orbs that allow you to interact with them. You'll notice on each side of the room the walls are either gold or purple. You will need to solve the puzzle setting all orbs on each side matching the color of the wall that they are closest to. Doing this will get you the Equilibrium Echo, which comes with extra stamina and might be helpful for certain builds. Remember, this is a randomly spawned event, so you may have trouble at times spawning this in your lost zone. Lastly, there is also an Hourglass event in which you have to return 4 hourglasses to a location around a special chest within a few minutes. Once you do this, the chest typically has some imbuements for you, nothing really crazy. It is possible to find a green cube housing item for your house while clearing the repository, and you might have encountered an event before in the Undercroft in which you're asked to offer an imbuement or Arcstone. If you offer a Chaos imbuement, you will receive an overloaded Arc element, which we're not exactly sure what it's used for yet. This event spawned for us in Undercroft Sphere 4 using 2 Chaos imbuements. You may have also noticed a consumable recipe called Gold Phoenix Oil, which states, brings you back from the edge of the gloom with 60% HP. I think many of us are reading this as a self-reviving potion, but if that's the case, then it seems to be bugged at the moment. I thought maybe you had to preactively use it before dying, but I wasn't able to ever use the potion to begin with, even though I was pressing the keybind for it. I tried this in both a Lost Zone and the open world in the Highlands, and still neither worked. We'll keep an eye on that potion as it could be pretty cool to use. Lastly, if you haven't come across these heavy-hitting potions yet, I wanted to make sure you have the information. Purified Dragonkin blood is a really good consumable to pair with your weapon ability, especially daggers, as every hit for 60 seconds does an extra hit at 20% damage done. You can find this potion from Grand Deceiver Maris. The ability power equivalent is the Unstable Ancient's tier, which abilities do an additional hit at 15% magical damage done for 60 seconds. And the Unfiltered Arcblessed Draught, which instantly gives you 1/3 of your ultimate and gives 2 times the filling rate for the next 15 seconds. This is a great potion for gaining your ultimate very quickly and can be found in the Bone Orchards. You'll want to aim for max Arclight 3 chests while farming for these potions. Finally, the community has been so awesome in the comments of previous videos, and I'd figure I'd ask you guys. There are a few echoes I received but I didn't catalog, and wondering if any of you might know where they dropped from. Feel free to share your info for others. As always, I hope you found some of this video helpful and wish you all the best in your adventures. I will be live on Twitch in the coming days. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.